Greetings. Today I want to speak to you concerning a very addictive drug called religion. And this drug has been introduced to the people of the Caribbean and other parts of the world. But I'm speaking as one who would have had the experience of being born and raised in the Caribbean. And so this drug called religion, they introduce it to your life from a very early stage. As a matter of fact, your parents who have already been jugged by religion, they will pass it on to you. Plus, when you get into the school system, this jug is there to feed your subconscious mind, to program you and institutionalize you. So the school system being an indoctrination center, they're gonna indoctrinate you with this drug called religion. And this drug, which is known as the Christian religion, it is blocking you from knowing who you are. It is blocking you from knowing how powerful you are. It is blocking you from knowing that your real identity is your divinity. And it keeps you looking outwardly instead of inwardly. And as long as you remain in such a conformity, you'll never discover that you have a power that you can use to achieve your every desire, and that it is your own thoughts that create your reality and create your personality. And so they have jogged every one of us who have entered the school system or who have ever joined themselves to secular Christianity that's pointing you to look outwardly. However, true Christianity will definitely teach you to look inwardly and teaches you that you came into this world in a state of ignorance called amnesia, a state of forgetfulness, and you are searching for yourself. So true Christianity will teach you self-realization. So with this drug, the main ingredient that they use in this drug, this religious drug, okay, this drug called religion, is the picture or the image of a Caucasian man or some man that doesn't look like the Negro man. Okay? And what they do is that they teach you to speak about this man, but never to understand the teaching of the man. Catch that. I really want you to get that. Because when the European Christianized melanated people in a different way that they know from Ethiopia, what they did is drug the people with an outside savior. Drug the people with a savior that doesn't look like them. And they took out certain books so you wouldn't know that your ancestors would have always had a mystical bloodline to lead you to your spiritual self, your immortal self, your God self, the self of you that is limitless. the self of you that you can do all things. And so throughout the Caribbean islands, the people been ensnared by this drug. And so they focus on synthetic things as drugs. And they fail to realize that the real drug is religion. It keeps you in confusion, it keeps you in division, and it have you living in a mindset of just regurgitation. You're just regurgitating things that you hear other people say, information that passed down, that information you get from a book, but never anything from your own experience. But when I experienced the Ethiopian man, just in African clothing, who walk out of the fire that doesn't consume, the burning bush that doesn't consume, he spoke to me from another language. That is what helped me to get rid of the drug. The drug that has been passed down from colonialism. The drug that the colonizers give you. Yet, they want to turn around and try to say that countries in the Caribbean like Venezuela and other countries are exporting drugs to America. But look at what America and France have done to Haiti, because these people knew their sovereignty and their divinity, and they defeat those who think that they were high and mighty and seek their independence. And they never forgive them for that. They make them pay for what they would have done. France and America make sure they do that. Yet, they give you a drug called religion, which is secular Christianity, right? And they tell you to believe in forgiving your enemy. Yet, they convince you to believe in a God that has never and can never and would never ever forgive his enemy. They tell you his enemy is the devil. But when I look deeply, I am really seeing the real devil. And I'm seeing the operation of the real devil. Okay? And that's why they all want to keep you in your lower self. And that's what that drug is doing. So, the most powerful and deadly drug there is on this planet is religion. See, once you have a religious and superstitious mentality, whereby you believe in looking outwardly, and you believe that some man gonna come from the sky to save you one day, some Caucasian looking man, some blue eye, blonde hair boy, or some makeup Jew, some Ashkenazi Jew man, or something that doesn't look like you, or anything that doesn't look like you, man, look, you've been jogged out of your mind and you don't even know it. So, as I come to a close here, my brother and my sister, I'm saying to you, it is time for you to rid yourself of this drug called religion and introduce yourself to self-realization by first learning to love yourself and believe in yourself. Learn to embrace yourself. Look in the mirror and see the Lord and Master, see the Savior, and see also the devil in the mirror by accepting the part of you that can be destructive, the part of you that could be unproductive, the part of you that is negative, and also accept the part of you that is positive. Then you would realize that all is mine. Then the book they use to drug you, you will discover that it is a book of mind science. You'll realize that it is also a magic book. And you are magical. And you're using a inner science of alchemy. That is why when they drug the people, they will always say, well, everything that's written in the Bible is coming to pass. And they do not know that thoughts become things. And that they've been used for years to speak and believe these things. So they who interpret it that way for them would always exercise power over them and always keep them enslaved. My brother and my sisters, when you free yourself by learning to believe in yourself and accepting that your real identity is your divinity, then you will know what is the most powerful drug that have been fed to all of humanity. You discover it to be religion along with politics and false education. So, with that being said, my brother, my sisters, I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you're listening to me and what I'm saying, if it makes sense to you, if it really resonates with you and you haven't subscribed already, I definitely want to encourage you to subscribe, to like, to comment, to share this video. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram, you like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at Black Mad Guru. If you like to get my books, the links are down in the description. You have about 10 or more books to choose from. Also, you can book a one-on-one with me. You can just chat me an email and we can set up a one-on-one. Okay, if you feel led to do so. Also, if you want to be a part of my Patreon community or you want to be a part of my Free Thinkers and Seekers University, you're welcome also. For the Free Thinkers and Seekers University, I try to post a video weekly, a master class to help you in a spiritual journey. And for the Patreon, those who are donating $20 or more, you have access to a bunch of videos on the inner sun science and technology to create your reality consciously. And along with that, there's a bonus course on self-concept. So the choice is yours. So my last encouragement to you is to make sure that you check out all of the links that are down below and definitely let your intuition lead you and guide you into what to do. So with that being said, I just want to say peace. Love you all. I'm out.